Do you know that we owe Ukrainians reparations for building and defending this nation? Oh, my bad. I meant to say Black Americans. Notice how there was not one study, not one hearing needed before sending billions of dollars to Ukrainians nor any other group. Yet, when the topic of reparations for the descendants of American slaves is mentioned, we get told a motley of excuses. And I know some of you want to blame the Republicans, but it is for the Democrats that Black Americans vote 85 to 95%. And the Democrats have been complicit in their neglect of Black Americans as well. Maybe it's time we elect politicians that are actually going to fight for us. Maybe it's time we do something different, something better. Join me in getting us not just better, but the best. Join me in this fight. Thank you.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
All right. Welcome once again to the Beatzilla PDX official show. And I am your host, Beatzilla PDX officially. And this is the midweek report. And we have some things to discuss today. Hopefully, everybody is doing well. As you are coming in, please like and share. Please like and share this broadcast. Because we gonna start this right off with violence, because if you are watching this broadcast and you are not giving this a thumbs up, it might make some of us inquire about you. And the first question would be,
where's your family from?
so yes, indeed. Please like and share. And if you have not, you should also subscribe as well. You understand, because I understand that people do watch that might not enjoy the content. Well, actually, they do enjoy the content, but they don't like me. So I don't. Maybe it's the cut of my jib or the look of my face. I don't know. Or maybe it's just the powers that be that do not want me to connect with a broad audience. Although, subsequently, if you hear it here on this broadcast, although we have little few numbers, things like police culture have been branded out of here. Actually, foundational white American. And then a white woman went and ran with it as well. But no, I actually did that. So with that being said, welcome once again to the Beatzilla PDX official show. This is the grassroots, one of the grassroots hubs, the grassroots voices, and one of the voices of the New Black Media. This is New Black Media Appreciation Month. So shout out to all of you. Shout out to all of you grassroots individuals who are changing the world. And real quick, I want to show you very quickly how much of this world we are changing, family. But before I do that, let me see what we got in this chat. And then we will get rolling, because there is a story right as I opened up the window to get into this broadcast. The very first article on my screen. I'm like, wow. So yeah, let's see who we got in this chat. Let's see who we got in this chat. Boy, don't let nobody tell you the New Black Media is not effective. And this ain't 15,000. This 1,500. So yeah, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. That tells you there's suppression going on. You know what I mean? That tells you suppression is going on somewhere. So let's see. Shout out to Cult Life Personality, one of my newest members. Key Prince, welcome in the house. Another one of my members. David Boyd in the house. What is going on, my brother? Judah Queen, my moderator and one of my members. Tanya Zion, greetings. And y'all send the extra studying Ginkloba energy to our good sister Judah Queen. So like I said, if y'all don't be seeing her in the chats, she ain't went nowhere. She is got to use the bulk of her brain power for her studies. So that's how you do your people. Like people rock with you. Hey, I got something going on. I ain't finna press you like, man, you gotta be in my chat. Man, I'm feeling some kind of way because you ain't in my chat. Man, you got life going on. I'll be here. So shout out to Judah Queen, and y'all send her some good old studying energy. And shout out to my good sister there. And y'all just don't understand. Like she is a, a one of those good researchers. Like so y'all can play if y'all want to. You have a trail out. You have a trail out here. So walk light. Things can happen. Let's see. Tanya Zion in the house. Also, another one of my members. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And you know what? I'm going to have to get your name right one of these days, brother. Yeah, yeah, you already know. Yeah. I always try to pronounce it, but I don't want to tear it up. But Shalom, my brother. You already know. And by you can see about the shirt, you already know. Lois Hub in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Heat St. Cloud in the house. What is going on, my brother? EJ in the house. What's up? Old grandma. Jersey City in the house. All right. All right. Jersey City. All right. So we in here. So again, like I said, the changing the world part. This is from your web. And this is from 5 hours ago from Nye McGee at yourweb.com. Reginald Jeter, welcome, welcome, welcome. So it reads, the headline reads, Census may ask Black Americans if they descended from slaves. Interesting, ain't it? The U.S. Census Bureau is reportedly considering asking Black respondents if they descended from slaves in America or descendants of immigrants who were not enslaved. I guess, truth be told, that should have correctly, properly been worded as not enslaved in America. You're not enslaved in the United States. You know what I'm saying? Not in here in North America. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So it goes on to read, the Wall Street Journal reports the changing of the terms used to describe Black people in the national census could impact social programs, representation, and reparations. Yes, you are very true, very truly correct. Because what it does is it streamlines it streamlines and funnels resources and finances that are already on the books. See, I don't think everybody, I guess, effectiveness is the key. So now look at what we're really truly looking at. You're worried about how we have changed the identification of ourselves, the classification of ourselves. Now you are starting to finally see that this has been a financial anchor for other communities all of this time. That's a whole nother conversation of a reparations at that, to be quite honest. So if anybody is having a problem understanding, like, no, we're not shared, because the truth is you knew you were gaining off of our backs in our long-standing oppression here in America. Black, immigrant, white, immigrant, Asian, immigrant, Afro, Latino, immigrant, white, Hispanic, immigrant, Ukrainian, immigrant, and all of you illegal invaders coming into this country. Yeah, that designation affects all of that. Welcome to the new world. Welcome to your new normal. You don't get to dictate who we are anymore. We are one of 3 pillars of this land, and we will be respected. You understand me? Project Leroy, thank you so much, brother, for the Cash App. I appreciate that. Good looking out, my brother. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. Shout out to you. Salute. Dark skinned brother in the house. I see it. Also, one of my newest moderator, and as well as a member. Maxwell Jenkins. What's going on, brother? I see you. Oh, DL in the house. I see you. You made it. You made it. All right. All right. And Denise Soul, welcome as a member. I don't see you in the chat, but I know you probably watching on the screen. So I totally understand because I do the same thing. So if y'all, like I said before, if y'all don't see me in Tariq's chat like that or in Jason Black's chat, it ain't that I'm not watching. It's just that I'm watching on the TV. Like, so for me, I get a chance to ingest what I like to watch and the people I like to see on the big screen. Like we didn't have stuff like this as a kid. So I could sit and watch a Jason Black and the Tariq Nasheed and the Professor Black Truth on the big screen. And sit back and watch. You could hear it in your surround sound. Get down. I mean, we didn't have nothing like that before. This is a whole new day. And man, take advantage of it. I mean, think of your road trips now. Your road trips are different. Your trips around the if you got to fly, everything is different. Because if you got a hard drive, man, you working. You can get it in on the road. You know what I'm saying? Traveling is totally different now. Cyberdyne 100, what is going on? Yes, indeed. Dark skinned brother, a member for 2 months. Yes, indeed. One of my black first warriors in the house. Stay blessed, Beatzilla. My warrior brother, much love, blessings, prayers, respect, and power to all you do. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I much appreciate that. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on all of you and yours. AK Sour God in the house. What's going on, brother? Yes. Keep digging in that chest. Maxwell Jenkins. Facts. We got to. We have to. So let me get back. Let me get back into this. Let me take my glasses off. I'm nearsighted, so it's funny when you go to the eye doctor, you can't lie to your doctor. So they be like, oh, I see. It's like, so would you want bifocals or do you just want to take your glasses off to read? It's like, I'll just take my glasses off. I'm not doing no lines. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I ain't ready for that look, fam. Let's see here. Where we at? Okay, so listen to how this next line starts. It's not an issue of being for or against descendants communities because the majority of us in this conversation are descendants, explained Jessica Ann Mitchell, a warrior. Jam, for those who don't know. The lady that I was showing y'all last week, the Nigerian that is getting money from all of these individuals to be parts of infiltration. So now it might start to make sense that the fact that this article is coming from the Euroweb. So this is kind of interesting. I'm just saying, as we do here on this broadcast channel and all of these other voices of new black media, we tend to connect the dots. And we also tend to call things out before everybody else does, just like this Nashville thing. But this goes on to say, so that's the Jam woman. For those of you who didn't know, that's Jam, the one who keeps telling everybody why there's other reasons other people should be involved in our reparations claim here. And then she also is connected to people on the California Reparations Task Force as well. And also somewhat suspected, I'll say, allegedly, I'll say, connected to some of the freedmen folk and the peoplehood people. Oh, and was very, very much pro that thing. Tell you take that into consideration when you're thinking about who she is. So, founder of the National Black Cultural Information, it's Information Trust, the NBCI. All of us have our own perspectives on these different names. So then to try to push this into federal definition over 40 million people when these types of descriptions and names really have to have, and this is, according to the OMB, broad acceptance. Those terms are not broadly accepted. Wrong. The part you're leaving out, lady. Because we identify as a group collectively, and you're outside of that lineage, your acceptance is irrelevant because it's our ancestors' blood, sweat, and tears and fighting for you to even have an option of being here in this country. But now here they are talking to you out of all people. Not Yvette Carnell, not a Tariq Nasheed, not even a Claude Anderson. They're talking to you. When I called you a fraud, when you blocked me almost 2 years ago, this is why. I saw you coming. And this is why you guys listen to people from the new black media. This is why you listen to these voices, because we're telling you who the problems are. Tar Perry. That was my very first grassroots COINTELPRO tactics. Because I told you how it was coming. And I told you it was going to be the Skittles community coming in that manner too. Shout out T.S. Silverback. I mean, when you know what you're dealing with, and I know these Democrats, I mean, I know exactly they get down. If you saw on my Twitter today, there was another shield that had to get ran out the paint. And just like they always do from the Skittles Democratic shield farm, they were instructed to delete and block me because when I had to ask a question that none of them want to answer publicly, it's block time. That's why I knew to get the screenshots. See, so when you come at me, understand, now I want to let all of y'all know, I know what you're going to do. I know why my numbers are suppressed. I am not a fool. And I think y'all understand. Y'all get enough positive, solid information that you could go research on your own from over here. I ain't no dummy. And I tend to know what I'm talking about. You start looking at some of these things, my very first weekly wrap up was telling y'all about Teva, them folk, major hub company of all of these other pharmaceutical big pharma companies that also fund training of our police forces to go over there to their homeland and go train under their people who, tend to run around talking about this person's anti-Semitic and that person's anti-Semitic as if they don't understand being Semitic goes way before the birth of Abraham. So when you're dealing with these situations, when you're talking, that's a whole nother conversation. But, they just play on people's ignorance. And then if you are a little bit wise, what they'll do is just tell you you're anti-Semitic. Lamar West, 12 in the house. One who cares in the house. I see you. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, they're talking to this woman out of all people. She's no major personality. Now, so what makes them bypass all of these personalities if they're trying to have an impact with the community, actually? Have you ever known these people on the screen to really care about having a connection with the community? Black Star TV in the house. What's going on, brother? Yes, sir. What is going on, my brother? What y'all think about this? Like, this is the jam woman. So I did my broadcast about this woman last week. And they're over here making that it's like, oh no, they need to cash in on this investment. But what does this say? It say that it's an investment for them to prevent us from delineation. So when we say these programs are meant for us and the ones that were initially, so again, what she is telling you is everything that Dr. Claude Anderson said that he presented in the first place that was just for us, and then it got corrupted. We are trying to get it back to its original intent, and they're fighting it, telling us we're wrong. Y'all see how that worked? And anybody that tell us we homo or xenophobic for looking at that for what it is, you out your mind. No, no. People have to be wise enough of self-defense. Don't tell me to go practice my Second Amendment game and then not be able to be vigilant enough to understand who is not for me. Goddamn hypocrites. Lord. You're xenophobic. Shut up. Now, going back to all of us have our own perspectives on these different names. So to try to push this into federal definition. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, real quick. All right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. Y'all got now that people are driving. Say, oh, wait a minute. Where them keys at? All right. Now let's see. We're going. Let's see. Where am I at? That's a whole nother thing too. For those of us, parents of this age, you start getting your children out into the world and whatnot. Uh, don't you think that having reparations is a tool to protect your young getting into the world? I mean, the fact that people are fighting against that tells you something. You know what I'm saying? Jam. All of us, federal definition of 40 million people, blah, blah, blah. And this isn't according to the OMB broad acceptance terms. Okay, so we went through that. There is currently a proposal being considered by the U.S. Office of Management, the OMB, and Budget, rather, and to include a designation called Descendants of Slavery as the part of ethnicity subcategory of Black or African American. Right. So that basically excludes all tethers. So are you hearing what their beef is? Tia, to you in the house. Welcome, my sister. Welcome. My moderator in the house. So, I mean, listen. Now, this is interesting. The very next picture that I scroll through in this article is this. Y'all see that? I mean, this woman is trying hard. This somebody said George Soros, and it's alleged. I don't know if it's true, but I remember hearing that somebody said George Soros wanted to have his hands in reparations and control the reparations dialogue. I believe Kid Gravity Beyond has said something about that before. I believe my brother Black Stars also said something about that before, I think. If not, one of my other brothers out here, I do remember one of y'all mentioning that. Vintage clothing apparel. Welcome, my brother. Black women stand up in the building. You know, these folks is a trip. And that's why when I saw the money behind these people, I'm like, yeah. So when the thing popped off in Nashville, that's why I'm looking at this like, uh-oh, I'm smelling connection. Here's the other one. Okay, so identifying themselves as or American descendants of slavery, American freedmen, or foundational Black American, according to the report. What we don't want is a situation where we're removing and replacing names that are broadly accepted. We're confusing members of our community. We're splintering off members of our community. We're getting an undercount and we're losing potentially trillions of dollars in funding and resources. How many of y'all seeing $20 of them resources? Y'all seeing like $20 at least of them resources? What they talking about? Trillions. Well, oh, trillions of, oh, you mean reparations? Damn, wow. How blatantly grifty can you be? Shoo-wee. Y'all calling Tariq Nasheed a grifter? Trillions? Trillions? We're costing them trillions by us delineating. Anybody, like I said last time, it's not going to get any better. I told you last time. If you are on the warpath against Tariq Nasheed, trust me, we all can see you are against reparations at this point. There's nothing else there. Because here's the grift. And you got nothing to say. Liars, hypocrites, foolishness. But what was the cause? Wee. The hate rug will not be able to sustain you. You better get up under you some understanding. And one thing is, don't get in the way of an ever-growing tide. And if nobody can tell you nothing, the world will show you. Just like now. Because now here they are, showing you the urgency that, hey, you guys taking Tariq Nasheed down isn't moving fast enough. Damn it. How y'all look right now? Trillions. This is in Jam's mouth. Miss Pan-Africanist. Ooh. Oh boy, this is not turning out the way people are thinking, man. Y'all sometimes just need to learn how to leave well enough alone. Especially just the random pocket watch and hating shit. Anybody at this day and age can look at that for what it is. But here's the big point. Everybody who followed that, follow that line. Let's go ahead and get in the beef. You understand we have a multi quadrillionaires, gajillionaires that are funding money into the billions and trillions to combat us from delineating. Let that sink in. And if you want to wonder why you're seeing so many people going at other black people and it doesn't make sense, it's because it doesn't make sense. It makes dollars. Some people had to learn the hard way. This week, it don't matter how big you is on their platform, you better know where home is. You better know where home is. If you don't, you could get up. What Willie Hush say? You'll be caught out there. But always be leery when people be talking about, man, we and ours, because this woman has hated. I love just relishing in foundational Black American tears and ADOS tears. Oh, I love it. So she's over here snubbing her nose at our delineation, but over there crying to white folks about how it will hurt us and we.
We?
Yeah, we. Oh, not to mention, she got all that. She's getting back and she's down with the MacArthur Foundation. Here's another little bit of news that came out today that this man right here just got $625,000 because the MacArthur Foundation just simply liked his punk black ass.
Our grandmamas cried for it. Our grandfathers suffered for it. Our parents sacrificed for it. Our soldiers died for it. Our young people bled for it. And if you think we're going to allow any group of politicians to support,
they gave that dude over $600,000. Now, let me put it back in perspective for you. That is only one of these donors. And mind you, this jam woman is not just dealing with these people. She actually works for one of the MacArthur Foundation offshoots. While you're talking about funding partners and all. Oh, and what's the name? Obama's speechwriter. She just announced she's retiring too. She's going ahead and resigned this week. I said, oh, I guess the last speech that she wrote for Nashville, guess that fell so flat she figured it was over with. I'm telling you, if you just go back and listen to the speech from Nashville, there's oh yeah, and okay, got it. They brought in the heavyweights, didn't they? Let's see. Community with splinter trillions of dollars in funding and resources. I'm talking about healthcare, education, and also political representation, a warrior said. Last year, a warrior was appointed commissioner of the National African American Reparations Commission. Since then, she was appointed commissioner of the National African American Reparations Commission, and she's a freaking Nigerian. Since then, she has caught heavy criticism online for allegedly expressing ideological views that are opposite of the legacy of American descendants of slaves. No, it means that she's a tether and you placed her in position to undermine and usurp foundational Black American interests. Allegedly. Y'all understanding the money they put into this woman? Are y'all understanding? Because that's one thing I was hoping I pointed out right off the rip for y'all. It's like they are overfunding this woman, but not just her. I keep telling y'all, all of this is connected. So let's see. It goes on to read. Blah, 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 blah. She also has a history of denigrating foundational Black Americans, according to her critics. So she has a history of denigrating foundational Black Americans. So isn't that kind of conceding to the fact that she's not tied to the lineage? Why would she be appointed commissioner of our reparations? By those people? And we're supposed to look at these people like they're on some kind of level in reality with us. No, these people are absolutely against us. Full-heartedly, full-throated. You understand? Like there's no love for us in this. Let's see. Meanwhile, in the U.S., the census is conducted every 10 years, and the results are used to allocate resources to public services such as hospitals, schools, road repairs, and housing assistance programs. So again, over that, they say we were undercounted. They know how many Black folks is in here because you have the true numbers in the prison population. So it's no mystery. So the fact that you're talking about you're relying on census data, you're out your mind. No, that's just another BS excuse for the private Negroes. So that also tells you that, once again, that's a system. And this woman is making money by trying to undermine us getting what's due to us. That's Pan-Africanism in a nutshell. So again, anybody pushing that is operating under the unction and gumption. I'm telling you, Tariq Nasheed is that damn important. You have put yourself on Front Street. Look at those names. Look at those names. Going at another Black man and then taking money from them. There's nothing pro-Black about that. Even if the person you're dealing with, you know where that money comes from. Person you dealing with may be Black. No, I'm just dealing with this person. I mean, I don't be knowing. Nah, when I start smelling the government, I smell the government. Can't actually say I've ever been wrong. Unfortunately. With that being said, shout out to Tesla Figaro for catching this little clip right here. And she put this on Twitter from the newly reinstated, because we didn't bite. You know, us over here in our echo chamber and all. We didn't bite. on the I have a dream that we will get guns off the street and we will have multiple abortions for every woman on earth. And every man that wants to be a woman and every woman that wants to be a man will not be impeded. And if you're cis, you should be put in concentration camps. Because we are seeing a trans day of vengeance, which seems to coincide with the Rahowa, the holy month for white supremacists. But no one's talking about that. For some reason, we're so fixated on guns. Let's put black people as the face of gun control. Oh, guns are bad, guns are bad, guns are bad. White supremacy and patriarchy. Uh-oh. So again, let's take it to church because that's obviously who we're catering to. And again, Democrats, because I know you're watching, I keep telling all of your shields that you send at me, this is a losing strategy. You won't get around paying tangibles. Hi, my name is beatzillapdx. I'm the asshole of the grassroots. And y'all just found that one out.
People who've been ostracized coming to the well. And I see white folk and black folk. I see queer folk and straight folk. I see rich folk and poor folk. Everything from the block. Justice right now. Not tomorrow, but right now. Yes, I'm glad. Yes, I'm glad. I'm so glad.
It is a celebration clearly on the steps there in Shelby County, the Shelby County Commission that just again voted back Justin Pearson to the Tennessee State House. Again, he is the second person of the other expelled representative to be voted back into the State House. Justin Jones was voted back on Monday. Again, this is
Brutal.
meaning change.
Brutal. Oh. Oh. Good grief. Oh, wow, man. Wow. Wow. Come on, man. That's funny as hell. That is funny as hell. I mean, what makes you think that this whole Easter morning routine is what your constituents, well, he did actually, because Tesla interviewed him on the Breakfast Club. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, I understand it's a professional setting. So Tesla gave him a very softball, but still straightforward question. And he really could have, the way she asked the question, he could have given a simple answer. But his mind was so fixated on avoiding the truth that he just started flim-flamming. It's like, damn, you didn't even see the out. She gave you an out right off the rip. The question is because it's a softball question. You can simply say, yes, I do support this for lineage-based reparations. And then you could go into your spiel for how it would help everybody else. Black Voltron Reloaded in the house. What's going on, my brother? Got town business in the house. What is going on? from the Oak Town to the P Town in the house. The I-5 connection is alive. Yes, indeedy. Yeah, Blueberry Muffin show up will be complete. But you know, she might have some things to take care of. Cause shoot, she probably still dealing with that jet lag. That sister came back from Johannesburg. Ooh wee! Out the jet lag. I mean, hey man, you start getting over a certain age, jet lag is for real. You know, like when I was young, I was like, hey, man, jet lag, this ain't shit. I get on the plane, I pop right up, I'm good. Man, you gotta give yourself a day of rest or two. Johannesburg? I mean, you flying over time zones and the people, man. I'm gonna need a couple days of recovery, man. I'm gonna need a couple days of recovery for real. The Democrats, the theatrics, not working on us, and see that's why they ended up turning and pivoting so quick, bro. Because again, they knew we seen it, so it's like okay, pull the plug on the mission because you're not gonna get any traction, and you already have your constituents that you got. So do you overplay your hand? You did by this stunt in the first place, but like for their voter base, there's like the blue, no matter whose, they had to get these cats reinstated just not to throw off the ecosystem of white supremacy between the Republicans and the Democrats, because what they were starting to do was reveal the fact that the white Republicans and the white Democrats are no different. So they have to start maneuvering in there. Like, hell, we gotta, damn, how do we band-aid this one up? I guess we do this quick reinstatement. This never should have been done. It's historic travesty. Please. Cap. We didn't bite. They had to find the damage control team went into overtime, was burning midnight hours over the weekend trying to figure out how we clean this up. Yeah, they threw these niggas over here threw a monkey wrench in this. Yeah, none of us are biting on that. Black Voltron was one of the brothers to speak at the California Reparations Task Force before we heard some other foolishness. And that brother gave a very concise, on target point and just laid it out there. You can't dance around what he said. It's right there for you to deal with. And that's what you're there to do. And you know, and for some people, that's why some people might have felt some kind of way because you got. Oh no, that was right. He was right before Black Voltron. The look on your face, bro, is priceless. Look on your face is absolutely priceless, brother. The look on Black Voltron's face is absolutely priceless. Oh man, when you looking at that, like, and you get the look, I'm like, what's talking about? Because I mean, you only get 2 minutes, and just like with, okay, so you know, peace to the I ain't even gonna get into it, but point being, Black Voltron made a very good targeted speech to what we need, what we went through, and why it is that this debt is owed. So you got all these people coming out here trying to muck up the waters. You got this trans day of vengeance that they didn't expect all of these Rambo trans to go wild. Which if you didn't know, there was another one they just caught. I posted that too. There's a whole nother, and he's an athlete. Look, he actually looks like the basketball player from Iowa. Oh, come on, man. We not back. The nano nat is back. It's been too cold. I guess they figured it would be out of order. But we've been cold here. Y'all still seeing this nano nat. The nano nat is back. I don't know what the hell that's about, family. Jet lag is one of them. Oh, brother, I'm telling you, man. You come off a flight, expect doing the like Johannesburg hours, brother. Man, that's one of them to where I could walk in the door and have half a pot of coffee with the wife, and we'll go to sleep. You understand me? I mean, we could have breakfast, like, because my mind is like, you know what? Let's go have breakfast and shut it down. If it's that long, like, yeah, let's go get this breakfast. And yeah. Out. I mean, man, we go to straight up. Like, jet lag is no punk. Yeah, if y'all young, enjoy that shit. And, you know, once you get over the 35, and once you definitely get over 40, you start pushing close to 50s. Yeah, you gonna need some recovery time, player. Nigga tree was ridiculous. Man, they over there acting like that's a Church of God in Christ Easter service, man. Stop it. What? These white folks didn't give me my position back. Oh my goodness. And we seen it coming. Man, y'all not right for this. I mean, yeah, don't even come at us with the we off cold for not falling for this. Come on, man. Really? And if you don't stop it, man, you know, this is ever present and that's racist. So do you think it was because they were racist and anti-black? Well, you know, I mean, there's a lot of things going on out here. And, you know, if one thing seems to affect another, and, you know, I mean, you really just got to understand it's the Republicans that's the problem, and their policies and being Republicans. Okay. And see somebody, you know, wait, well, man, we gotta. It was white supremacy, man. That's what happened right here. Nah. No. This wasn't white supremacy. This was a display of the actions of white supremacy. Yes, true indeed. I will absolutely concede to that. Yes, it is the played and performed out actions of white supremacy 1000%. But the thing that it is not is real. That shit ain't real at all. That's all cap. And so this was all the theatrics and all that they used to get black folks on board to start thinking Democrat, blue, no matter who. And what you need to do is just go along to get along with the Democratic line. Brother Afro Elite in the house. What is going on, my brother? He just did a broadcast. That's one of his premiere videos. That brother just did, who are these people? Because again, don't nobody know these people. And all of a sudden, hey man, y'all the new black media. Because see, that was coming next. Look at the play. Y'all see? Prime example. Afro Elite hopped in the chat right on time. Prime example. This is Afro Elite's generation, right? So as you're seeing all of this move and this new movement, you see Afro Elite right there. Afro Elite in front and center right here. So you are clearly aware that this ain't just the 50, 40, and the 30-year-olds. No, it's the younger brothers as well. So you got these dudes as politicians, but what this is also saying is other people around that same age group are still on code while they're on the Democratic line. And that is tearing their ass up. So here, once again, like I said, shout out to Afro Elite, giving you the true example of the contrast of bullshit like this.
Love and justice. We won't have to worry about folks talking about freedom of speech and the right to protest for what is right in our heartbeats as right. Convince themselves they won't have to worry about folks talking about advocating for people to get access to health care who are transgender children. Won't have to worry about the need to end lynching as capital punishment. Won't have to worry about these folks out here who talking about ending gun violence, stopping the proliferation of weapons of war in our streets and communities, expanding access to abortion and contraception, ending bad laws like the third grade retention law that penalizes students, not helps them. They thought they wouldn't have to worry. If we just get this.
Lord. Black folks man, that's a hell of a flight. My daughter too, a flight from San Francisco to ATL to Amsterdam, Dubai, Johannesburg. Ooh, Lord. She was worn out too at 20 years old. My dude. Ooh, that's a monster. You know what though? I will say this. Stopping at the airports will wake me up. But after I get back on that plane, I'm done. But I will say, stopping at the airports. Miss D is Suite 201. Shout out to you, sis. I see you. And Cynthia, I see you in the house. Yeah, man, hit them airports. That's the, like, oh man, I'm in another country. I'm gonna touch, at least be able to put my feet on the ground in another land. I always want to be able to do that, but yeah. We'll get back in there. All right, put your seatbelt on. Click. They go, you gotta have them up. Oh, I go to sleep sitting up. Shit, I might be asleep before that now. Especially, if I can find me one of them special coffees out there on the road. Which is crazy. We the home of Spanish coffees. I would hope that I would be able to find a Spanish coffee on the international scene versus having to teach people how to make one like I did in Vegas. But if you've never been up north in Portland, Oregon, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, a Spanish coffee. Treat yourself if you ever get a chance. But y'all hearing this boy, and he threw in the LGBTQ thing. He threw that in there. So when we're saying, like, yeah, this is a problem. I was stationed at Rhoda Cafe, Con Lychee, the bomb. Oh man, I bet we'll see. You stationed somewhere, like everything like right around y'all too. So everything gonna be right around the base. So y'all kind of be chilling. Shit, y'all still be getting in trouble too. That's why they gonna have everything on base or around the base to keep y'all out of trouble. Shoot, especially I don't know what branch you serve, but I got a former Marine. I got former Marine partners that some were dishonorably discharged, and well, not dishonorably discharged. There's another thing they call it. It's not technically dishonorably discharged. It isn't honorable though. It's kind of just like you and the Marines part ways because they would rather. Oh, Navy, okay, man. I mean, hey, man. I know I got some Navy vet partners too. Boy, y'all got some stamina on that mug. But sheesh. It's like, ladies, if you want to marry a sailor, like, you might get a real, for real heterosexual sailor. But remember, he going to be out at sea for 3 weeks, possibly at a time. Or as soon as that gangway let down, boy, the cats is calling. Meow. I mean, we're saying honesty here. I know the stuff the TV's pushed in your mind, but I'm just saying reality. As soon as it, kaboom, meow, meow. LOL, I married a sailor. This is a port town. So I live in Portland. So, we have something called the Rose Festival. And there are certain ships that get a chance to dock. And so trust me, family, when they know the ships is coming in town, everybody in your area know the ships is coming in town. Ain't stopping in Seattle, but there's a whole lot of work going on in Seattle. They say, well, there's a whole lot of work going on in them ships. Oh Lord, yeah. I mean, but not to put nothing on hey. He, may have a devout regiment, and now that some things are different. So being gone is not what it used to be, because I mean, hell, for the people who are over in Iraq, yeah, I think that's where it was. Yeah, Iraq, they were coming back every 6 weeks. So 6 weeks on, 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks off, and then they go right back. I guess they were trying something different with like normalcy. So kind of keeping the soldier grounded. I don't know how the hell that worked. But yes, that's a whole nother conversation. Boy, I'm going to have to do one of those shows, like a pick Beatzilla's brain show. Because, I mean, I can't talk about everything. I can. But yeah, I might have to do one of them broadcasters. Let y'all just ask me questions. Let it rip. You got this experience? If I do, I do. If I don't, I'll let you know. Like, I'm not one of them that will make up some shit. I don't have to. Trust me, I ain't got to. There's so much I can tell you from just living. I will never have to lie to you. You might not believe me, but I will never have to lie to you. I mean, what they say, truth is stranger than fiction. And that is a fact. So with that last video, let me get this in here. With the last video, let me show you this. Because I meant to show you this the other day. But with what we just saw that Tesla was able to catch earlier, it just brings this Kid Gravity Beyond. What's going on, my brother? What is going on, my brother? And matter of fact, yeah, you and I gotta holler at you, Afro, and the brothers here. So be looking out for a message from me coming in the next 24 hours. But when I saw this cat. It's a separation for the convenience of the military. Is it? Oh. TTU? Maybe. I mean, I would say compartmentalize certain things. Like being with an entertainer. Now, like I said, the little preacher dude with the fake afro. Well, I suspect his afro is not legitimate. There's been videos that y'all see him coming up real prim and proper, right? So, I mean, what can I say? But I noticed the direction that they were going when I seen this the other day. I was like, oh, I see the group you're coming after. Look at this.
Surely, yes, surely, goodness and mercy, surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our life.
It still works. This dude is still on his Easter morning, man. Lord. Judah Queen said, my afro is bigger. Yeah. And it's real. So is mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And it's real. It's like his afro. Black Alpha's talking about his line. It's like, yeah, that is funny. And so it's like, oh, the reason why his line is off because that ain't real. And then you got the other dude, because they both got the same name. So the other dude, the Filipino cat, he like I said, he kind of remind me of a background singer for Miguel or like one of those international karaoke singers. Like he looked like the Filipino Miguel. So like if you were on vacation and went over to the Philippines and then let me love adore you, and you're gonna be looking in there, you're gonna be like, that's a Filipino dude singing. Let me love. Now he coming over here trying to look like Marcel Dixon. Let me go ahead and get this country suit. It's like, because he was looking real country with his suit on, right? Dude, you a whole Filipino. You ain't from no country. Cut it out, dude. Still Kevin Trees. I see you, brother. Crew reality. I see. You got the good joint on deck. Yes, sir. Cut the check. his fro from the Steve Harvey collection. Oh man. And like I said, I couldn't help but notice. Also, yeah, notice the optics of everybody who's on the screen there. Tamika Mallory showed up. I'm like, oh. Uh-oh. Didn't I just tell y'all Kid Gravity was one of the ones that brought up a while ago that George Soros had mentioned about having his hands on the reparations conversation? See, this guns thing that they're doing is to pivot our energy because they're young. So we're going to jump on it and say, oh yeah. So the optics were going to be black, 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 bliggity, black, 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 black. But they showed you who was coming to their defense. They had to push them out there then. Like the two little white women pushing whatever they pushing. I don't know what the hell they talking about. But the little two white women that they were interviewing. I was like, who are these people? Like, damn, you guys had to like fire sale. They had to pull out all the stops. They just had to throw it all out the window. Yeah, man, shoot, the catch up the bag now, I guess. Just blow it all up and get on out there and try to save what we can here for our own agenda. So why you saw them women out there is because there's going to be no more traction after today. They had to get out there then and say, hey, yeah, and this is terrible. And they doing them so wrong. And, man, we were going to try to, we were all set up to make this pivot. They've been grooming us for the last 3-4 years. Damn, as soon as we finna hit the stage, we're out of work. You feel me? In the Mix Radio St. Louis. What's going on, brother? Or sister. I believe that's a brother. I believe In the Mix is a brother. Forgive me if I got that wrong. Grimlock, I thought so. Grimlock 313 in the house. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, just making sure I can read it, everybody. All right. So yeah, a lot of this it's just political theatrics. And again, what I want to point out is that make no mistake. Now, how the hell is Tamika Mallory there? That quick, you got Tamika Mallory. This is a Democratic convention that they pull on folk. Like, yeah, well, we're just gonna send out all the stuff. Everybody got to be there. Because this picture right here. Let me get this in here. Let me get here. And I can't help but notice how the Democrats were already primed and ready to make a pivot. Shout out Joyce Beatty. And then you had these Barton paid for Negroes. Tamika Mallory. You done jumped from sexism to guns? Because make no mistake, this is not about Tamika Mallory. See, she is in a fortunate position here. She can kind of walk this back and say, "Oh no, this was all about just supporting our fellow black men, and we were coming out to protect black men and helping black men." Right? So now she is fortunate because she says already put her foot in her mouth. But if you want to do me a real quick favor and just look over that sister's shoulder. Yeah, take a good look. Just take a good look in between those two sisters right there in the front and look at the person with the oversized choker around their neck or throat. And because somebody was like, "Oh, is that his mother?" I don't think that person's a mother to anyone. Maybe, possibly a father in their younger years. But right as of now, no, that's not anyone's mother. However, I can't help but notice where they are placed in the optics for the true agenda and the true push behind this. Here's the other thing. If you haven't noticed where trans come in at, well, remember, it's a Trans Day of Vengeance. And then also, you have all of these other entities pushing all of these other things like Lizzo's gender affirming shapewear. And then they made her just so interesting timing. She pops up on The Mandalorian as a space mammy to Grogu. And then we have these fellas out here, and as this brother, and the Lord, and no, the Lord was not pushing that, brother. And no, none of that is in the scriptures, brother. I do understand there are a lot of preachers now that push a lot of that. I got that. However, some of us know when we see individuals like Tamika Mallory and whoever this intersectionality woman, if anybody knows this woman's name, let me know. Tasha Peters. Hey. Wow, this is the first time I didn't get a notification. Wow, really? Yeah. Black Voltron. Yeah, they had her playing a straight up space mammy. That's like, damn. I showed that I had the thumbnail last week. Like, yo, Lizzo is space mammy in Disney? Can I hold the baby? Like, wow. And if y'all saw recently, this white woman, Cassandra Painted Nails, whatever on Twitter, she one of those, I guess, trying to get credit. Look out for those too, because it's all a concerted effort. See, people like this will be very obvious. The white ones, you'll be like, oh, okay, well, they're just being racist. Notice the timing though. So this little skinny heroin addict looking white woman, she is comparing herself to Lizzo. And I'm like, wait. She's like, who's better? This or that? Like, wait. When you put yourself up against a black woman, you didn't put yourself up against a comparable black woman to your age and size. You went with Lizzo, who is overtly obese, and in the picture you show of her is naked. Like, and I mean, hell, foundational black American women have been known to be, we've known to have overweight sisters in our midst as long as I have walked the planet. But with that being said, I grew up in the era where our large ladies were still very shapely. So yeah, it may be big, but it's just bigger in the right places. I've seen a lot of that. Now, granted, I mean, not saying that that's going to be everywhere, but but come on now. The black women don't get big like Mexican women. Now, some, I think, by way of diet are doing that now. I be seeing that now. But typically speaking, when you're talking about big black women, there's shaping and things there, not just a big football field back. I mean, even the big sisters have said that. You know how upset white women be at y'all? I mean, so truth be told, that actually is a testament to Lizzo. Truth be told, when you really truly look at the depth of the psyche there, because she's trying to pick herself against a big fat black woman as she sees it. But at the end of the day, she still has some level to pick Lizzo means there's still some insecurity that she's looking at Lizzo and feeling. Let that sink in. If only our women could understand that part. I know a lot of y'all do, but people like this one here on the right don't. Yeah, I don't think she got that memo, sis. No, I think she might be feeling left out of that conversation. I don't know. I mean, maybe not. Theater, you said we are not rectangle and flat down the back. No, y'all are not. Like I said, our women get bigger in the right spaces. Hey, if you got a little extra here or there, that means there's a whole lot extra somewhere else. And then what are you? You're not really deficient in nothing. Now, see, what they want you to look at is kind of the Lizzo-ish type of vibe. With this one here, like, woman, you are just with kind of just off, because truth be told, she could probably shaped it up a bit and still been on the market. But with that whole mean look, she's quit. She's quit. So now what she's going to do, and see, here's how some of these people do. We ain't Miss Six. Oh, Cynthia Yacht. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Hell, see, my wife is, since I've known her, she has been in the 40 club since we met in the 90s. And I mean, and y'all see her like, oh, she a little woman. Yeah, little woman who has always been in the 40 club. Now, if she could get large like that, then I guess that would be. But yeah, but us men, we know what we like. Uh-huh. So yeah, for those of y'all who are unaware, when I say in the 40 club, yeah, ladies, you know what I mean. Like I said, she's always been in the 40 club as a little woman. So looking at what this woman has on the screen and what she's pushing. Now, she's pushing diversity, intersectionality, minorities, equality and equity, people of color, safe space, white privilege is at the bottom, capitalism is at the bottom, and racism is at the very bottom. Then the next one, all white people are racist. PayPal me, and then she had, man. Now, I don't suspect this picture is photoshopped. I just would have hoped that it was, but I really hope that's not accurate. I hope this is kind of photoshopped. So if I ended up with a Photoshop picture, I hope that's the case. But if this is legit, which I kind of perceive it is, because I do remember the all white men are racist thing, because this say all white people are racist, but I remember like the all white men were racist thing, and that was like pushing. Man, that was a few years ago now, pushing the whole the agenda of patriarchy. And that's why I was like, because as soon as I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, this is going to make a pivot to all black men. Well, no, we just like Me Too. The day I saw, the morning I woke up and saw the Me Too thing, I said, wait a minute, sisters, back up off of this. This ain't for you. This is to get you to make somebody else a victim. This is not about you. And I got a sister that a good friend of mine that she had a friend of hers. Y'all be having these white friends, be thinking these white friends got some camaraderie with your community. And as soon as something that, like with the Me Too, that those of us who saw it was an attack on the black community, the white woman got active and said, so what? My soul doesn't matter? Well, thank you for sharing about your personal experience. My point is our community, and my concern is our community. So what she was doing was using her bad experience or her negative experience and trying to make that our cultural cry. And in this situation, what's kind of funny, here's a white woman who is actually with a Samoan. Nigga, that ain't got nothing to do with us. No, we're not finna put none of that on our back. Keep that, bitch. I mean, I'm just saying. No. I mean, shout out to both of them, but yeah, no. That ain't got nothing to do with us. And as a matter of fact, I see a bigger angle at play here, and I believe that we need to avoid this at all costs. So that was the day that Me Too happened. Subsequently, there were people that came, well, Me Too was actually started by a black woman. You see how they set things up? Now, fast forward today. We're talking about Tarana Burke. It was started by a black woman, Candace Owens. It was created by a black woman, Kiss Mikia. Man, shout out to all the fallen who have made sure that they got the jab and made sure to delete themselves off of the face of the earth. So all the rest of us could be safe, because we can't catch it if they did. So, I mean, I guess it was effective, wasn't it? Shit. Imagine that. Damn. Oh, yeah, by the way, before I forget, I got to remind y'all of something. Remember I told y'all about Newport News? I just got to make a real quick pivot. And I told y'all, everybody wanted to believe that because the way they put the pictures out, I can see how people could be like, they're trying to allude this kid was black. But what I was looking at is how the neighbors and the people of the neighborhood were talking. And I was looking at those white folk. And I'm like, unfortunately, I think this is a black child. Well, they've decided to charge the mama. They had to find something. Even if they dropped the charges, this was the point. This was the point. So you will never, ever forget these optics that this woman's son shot this white woman at school. Beatzilla is trying to give you an education on this live and direct from the University of White Supremacy right here. Remember, I did a video showing y'all the how they were having like a town hall. Oh, it was a school board meeting. It was a school board meeting, and they were coming up to, man, it sounded like a damn Klan rally. Oh man, I went to this school. My mother went to this school. I went to this school, and now my kids go to this school, and it's not the same school. Oh, word? What changed? Man, I mean, it's the same, even the same building, even some of the same teachers and staff. But the students, that's what's changed. In high school, students change every year and every 4 years and cycle out every 4 years. What are you really saying? She's talking about the high school. This happened in the elementary school. So that right there tell you off the rip, like, oh, y'all ain't even, this is the kid was just the vehicle for the moment. But y'all is already pro, let's get out of here. This is a problem. We got to integrate with these. And you can see, I played the video on this channel, and y'all got a chance to see for yourself their get down. Now, again, these type of individuals, not all of them are Republican. A lot of them are those pro-abortions. Gotta get those abortions. So again, when y'all start looking at these liberal white women and stuff like that, remember, they still looking at you for deletion. Guns equal mass death. Abortions equals targeted black death. Which one are they fighting? Because I can defend myself like I have with a weapon, a firearm. I shot a white man, so I had to go to prison. Although he admitted to the police at the scene that he actually attacked me with a hole in his leg while they interviewed him in the ambulance. But nonetheless, I'm an assailant because he's white. So don't let nobody tell you, well, the Dred Scott decision doesn't really mean it. Yeah, it does. I'm in a stand your ground state. Do you understand there's a man out there in where? Detroit right now fighting for his life? Oh, brother Ozone down there in Florida fighting for his life? That could have been me if I aimed higher. I'd be no different. The main thing is you don't want people like us. What the hell? Why am I getting that? That's weird. Interesting. They don't want people like us. Okay, shout out to Google. All right, we see you. Why would I have to sign in on my other device? Like, I need to verify that's me. What's going on here? Really? Shout out to Klaus. What's happening? Oh yeah, you too, Bill. So, the blast from the past. Hey, you guys are popular now. People actually know your names. See how effective you are by keeping my channel so small. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nonetheless, though, you can't stop the effectiveness. Nonetheless. So again, family, this is the nature. So this woman here is actually suing the school and the school district. So in classic fashion, AN has got to pay. And so they have found this woman, and who knows what she like. You couldn't even find a bad picture on her. So it's not like you could make her seem like she's some kind of bad mother, and she's getting charged with misdemeanor and felony child neglect. And supposedly the gun was actually locked up. So I don't know how you're gonna charge. Like, she's not neglectful. That's not what happened. The kid did. I mean, kids, come on, man. We was kids. We gonna get into what we want to get into. So to cut that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Cult-like personality with the super chat. Thank you so much again. Real white supremacists. You'll play. I don't know if I got the R one, but I know white supremacists won. Your playbook today is as old as the plantation politics of 400 plus years ago. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Shout out to you. And again, like I said, peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours, cult-like personality. And real quick, I'll just see what you said, Cynthia Newman. Don't forget the drugs. Well, here's the thing that you got to know, Cynthia Newman. Again, like I said, I'm right here in Portland, Oregon, and we have the United States' second dose. I mean, 2. We are number 2 in opioid use. There's 50 other states behind us. Oh, wait, this is 50 states, 52. What am I thinking? Africa? 50 states. There's 48 other states. Is that 56? See, Pan-Africanist, I'm not totally uneducated. You just don't know where you come from. I was listening to an interview, or actually, it was a radio interview from Dr. Khalid Muhammad a while ago. And one of the dudes that called in, literally, then Dr. Khalid Muhammad been gone since 2001. But this felt like it was really weird. Like I said, when he's talking, it's like when you know that people are speaking prophetically, and then so the things that he was talking about in shoot, like I said, 2001. So in the late 90s, after he left, so like right post Million Man March, a lot of the things that he was saying right now, we are literally seeing. We are living out and watching today. And a lot of our scholars have called a lot of things. Unfortunately, Dr. Claude Anderson also called the predicament we would be in. Now, we have recently gotten wise enough to realize the predicament we're in now. And at the 11th hour, we're deciding to do something. Well, we also have to understand our enemies understand there would be an 11th hour. And so they have contingency plans, which are people like JAM, that national, because mind you, when did the OMB get any press? They have extended the comments section and the deadline. It's extended now, I believe, until next month. It's just now getting news because JAM is involved? Nah, fam. This is politics, and we are the prize. So let me show you something else before we get out of here. So what I want you all to see is like, this is all cap. Here's another thing. Oh, shit. Where do I want to go? Ooh, I got a few things to lay on you real quick. I'll start here. We're gonna walk through this thing real quick. Education time. And so as y'all know how we do here, we piece things together. And I'm finna walk you through some things real quick before we get up out of here. And I'm gonna put it. Bow. So first things first. Let's see what we got here. Come on in. Just waiting for it to upload. Okay. So now this is was it Ada Rodriguez? And she was asked about reparations. She gave a very good Afro Latina on code response. And now, mind you, she gave this response. The JAM woman is coming out saying, oh no, they need reparations too. See, they need to get it. So again, if they're not doing that, because truth be told, have you ever heard any Puerto Rican talking about they deserve reparations? Hell, half of them Negroes is trying to become a state right now. They're trying to make them a voting state. They ain't asking for no reparations. So what somebody is doing is trying to add them in so they don't have to advocate for themselves. Hell no. So this is how you're supposed to be responding. And if you want our respect, this is what we at the grassroots and the reparations for real people, this is what we'll accept as a statement from an outsider of our claim.
I want to ask you about response about reparations from the Latino community, just like what the proper response you think should be from the Latino community when it comes to Black people getting reparations.
Well, you know, That's none of our business. We're not supposed to be commenting on whether Black American people. I believe in reparations. I'm pro reparations. Also, that being said, Spain owes Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and Cuba reparations. France owes reparations. Like the thing is, we don't have to dig in the American slavery bucket because what that does is absolve a whole bunch of other nations that have enslaved people and made a lot of profit off of the wages. I mean, the work and the hardships of a lot of people globally that have nothing to do with American slavery. American slavery is a very specific slavery that went on for a very long time and it wasn't glamorized. So I think that when it comes to reparations, I think that why wouldn't you want to give people back or give people the money that was so many lives, so much work, so much went into building these structures in the United States of America. So much is built on the backs, the wealth that a lot of these people have is built on the backs of slaves. Why would I be against reparations? Like for me, even if you try to, like, I hear people trying to rationalize them and they'll say, well, what they're going to do if they give Black people all this money now? Why would you even what I just don't understand, like, why would you be opposed to doing the right thing? Mm-hmm. And when it comes to me as a Puerto Rican Dominican, I feel like we should all be advocating for reparations. The Dutch owe people money, like France, what they've done to Haiti, the horrendous acts against Haiti because Haiti kicked down the door for slavery and they continue to pay for it every day. Like, why would you be against that? Like, I just don't understand that mentality. It gets on my nerves. And I know that when it comes to the politicians, it's a political play. It ain't a humanitarian play. It's well, if they get this money, then this, that's why I don't mess with none of them. But what I'm saying is, I don't understand why anybody would be against reparations. I just feel like you should just sit down.
And she is right. Mind your own business. You an immigrant. You ain't got nothing over here. You ain't got nothing invested over here in our business. And saying you don't have anything. Well, number one, let me tell you something. If how I was brought up, number one, you're not finna question me about what I got in my pocket. Anybody doing that must be looking to rob you. And if that's the case, and if that's not the case, somebody might tend to be proactive on you. So questions like that, it's like, oh, okay, word, all right. And we gonna move accordingly. I mean, like, I don't know what people be around. I don't be around way too much damn talking. This is the talking. All that other shit ain't none of this. So for those of y'all, be like, I'm finna go. Y'all think I be talking tough? I would never be talking tough in front of a camera. You would never catch me doing that. So if you feel that that's the energy you getting, you can't say that that's the shit that came out of my mouth. I ain't never talked like that in front. I don't do that. So just respect the G and me. Rahami Bey, I see you in the house. Because that's all that is. You just be like, oh, okay, I see what you are. Yeah, I didn't say I was a tough guy. I didn't say I was this. I didn't say I was that. I don't do shit like that. I'm a damn felon. What the fuck am I putting a tag on me like that for? You got your mind? I mean, you just got to remember what's going on around you. Speaking of that, while they have everyone confused, while they have everyone gone, we even got Mexicans bum rushing school board meetings and city councils, taking cues from us, mind you. Now, low key, hey, if blacks get reparations, you need to think of the Latinos first. But oh man, let's sit up here and get our Latinos brothers and our Chicanos. Hey. But oh man, the blacks are gonna get something, but we're not gonna get mean. That's wrong, Way. What are we gonna do about that, man? We gotta stop them, Way. All right, get out of here, man. No, you go do what you need to go do with who you need to do. So, 2, y'all sit up here and celebrate Cinco de Mayo, which is, I guess, the next holiday. Cinco de Mayo. Shout out Vicente Guerrero. Why you coming up here kissing a white man's ass? Your freedom that you celebrate in America was given to you by a black man. So once again, shout out Vicente Guerrero. Whoops. That's why every year, Cinco de Mayo, I always post the picture, Happy Cinco de Mayo, with Vicente Guerrero. That's right. And you know, California's named after Queen Khalifa. Whoops. Damn. You guys struck out again. Ouch. See, this is the one thing, little brother. See, again, as you see the shirt, I understand you're a Mexican. You're lost. If you were Iscarite, I would talk to you as such. But if you weren't, you're not talking like that. So for every Mexican, whatever you identify as that piece of shit land you come from, I'm going to treat you as such. If you identify with under this name, that's different. But then you understand it's different. So I don't talk to outsiders like that. That's why this name is very clear. So you understand what I'm representing if that's what you're representing. If not, go holler at your priests. You feel me? Lord.
Это как раз сейчас перемены, которые не было в течение 100 лет. Там, где мы двигаем эти перемены. Перекиньте, пожалуйста, дорогой друг.
This is what they're not talking about. You're not supposed to see everybody that you just saw together. And who you're not seeing there, you really need to be concerned about. Some could say, just go with me for a minute. We are the people stripped of our history, stripped of our past, stripped of our understanding of ourselves, stripped of our power, knowing of ourselves, of our origins, our ancestors. See, we know our ancestors. We don't know our ancestors' ancestors. We also set a template for the destruction of others by the way we were so successfully destroyed. How the hell could we have brought anything that we created here in America from Africa? Stripped of everything, culture. Doesn't that mean whatever is in us here on this soil is the truth of us? What are they trying to get us to do? Become something else. Cult-like personality with the super chat. Hispanics, do Spain claim you? No. Identity crisis. Why y'all don't know that? Some of them do, but they too busy sleeping with donkeys. And I'm not, I mean, hey, I ain't saying it. Like, that's real shit. So if y'all think I'm not saying that to down nobody. But they are culturally put in a position of brokenness which allows them to be depraved. Down to where it becomes a culturalistic thing of doing stuff like that. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you, cult-like personality. All upon you and yours. So you understand, it's a lot going, yeah. I mean, I say just look it up, man. Might see some videos on YouTube. Just not. I mean, it's not going to show you like it's not going to be it's going to be them like National Geographic or something talking about the culture, and they just gonna be telling me, yeah, it's coming of age thing. You have sex with it. That's a cultural thing. And y'all talk about us. Man, don't you ever let these people do that to you. That's my thing. No, we are an exceptional people. Exceptional. Exceptional means above average. You are unlike any other group ever. How are you the most oppressed group in this country? Because you are the only one that afforded everyone else even a life in this country today. Everybody that you see walking the streets that is not a homegrown Edomite, those people owe you a debt as well as the Edomites do. But I mean, my point being, these people who came over here for a quote better life, oh yeah, they're in debt to it because what was better? Oh, they couldn't build it. Number one, you understand? And then you hear some of these dunces come over here and say what the white man built. White man ain't built shit. White man was in them caves, didn't know how to wash his ass. You are among the people who know our history, and we are dictating our future. That's why they have to put these little grease, they're selling the farm because the shield camp, they got more in school right now that they're raising and grooming to be coons. And they figuring out like, damn, wow, you guys are really shutting the door. Hell yeah. Look at the rest of the world. They're watching. Who are they watching? Who are they watching? You? Or are they watching our ever-growing attitude of not giving a damn? And when we don't care, no one cares. I think Black folks should really start adopting that. And here's a tasty tidbit of information. or just something to ponder. Because when we talk about why things are happening the way we are, billions, and that jam woman is talking about trillions of dollars. She is dead set, laser focused on our delineated reparations. But she ain't alone. She's funded by the powers that be. This isn't reparations. So when I hear a little low life dum dum talking about reparations as a left or right issue, okay, let me just go right back up here. Let me just put this on the screen here for the slow bus. Let me know what party affiliation goes with any of these donor groups that you see on the screen, genius. I would just love to hear it. Somebody gonna tell. I mean, anybody that you see this video and want to play it back and think that you can still at your shield farm that in class that your professor's hitting you up with now. Hey, that dude that actually is the breakdown lecturer of lying in Berkeley University. Damn, he's basically called this one. Uh-huh. Yeah, you ever listen to that for you Berkeley psychology students or future students? Ask for that tape. That's me you're here. Yeah, that's me. Breaking down liars for a person's thesis. And I broke it down so well that I have offers to even speak and do that before, but it became part of psychology curriculum. So my breakdown of liars is that. But see, my breakdown of liars comes by way of personalities and knowing so many different various personalities. So it's easy. But that's why I stick with the truth. And I don't really care for people on a genuine basis too much, because people that are still stuck in their mind state to where I'll just be dishonest because it's convenient. You can waste somebody else's time and space, because I look for stuff like this and I know that these people are not putting their money into nothing. What is this about? And the truth of the matter is, we are waking up to ourselves. We are identifying ourselves. We are no longer allowing anybody to identify us. And so here's the problem. They are going to white daddy on a grand scale and saying, white daddy, please help us. These Negroes ain't gonna let us ride their backs no more. That's right. Because we know something that y'all just can't seem to understand. And this system might give you a little bit of insight.
Blacks know more about white folks than they know about themselves.
My grandmother was born in 1903 and she stuck around until she was 95 years old. By the time I came along, she was 75 years old, but I still had 20 years with her. She worked as a housekeeper for white people for most of her life, and she always told me that. She always said, baby, we know more about them people than they know about themselves. And one of the many reasons for this is because we had to survive white people. Think about it like this. When somebody has a nut allergy, they know more about what products are processed in plants that are also processing nuts than the rest of us do. They also know how to operate EpiPens more efficiently than the rest of us do. Because when something is a threat to your life, you are acutely aware of all the details that come along with that. And that's what white people are and were and are to us, a threat to our lives.
And that's the difference between us and all tethers. We do not ever operate in the mystery or delusion of that. Some will lie to themselves and tell themselves that ain't what they living. But for those of us who are on code, we are fully aware that is an everyday when you go outside your home experience. You understand what I'm saying? I just see a super chat here. Come on there. There we go. Oh, okay, I see that. Okay, I did already get that. Yeah, so I just want y'all to understand. Let me see, where's these other videos? Let me see when we get here. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so I told you that oh boy, Barber, Reverend Barber, the MacArthur Foundation, the same one that the Jam Woman is affiliated with, he just got $625,000 because they said for his moral and social work. I'm like, moral and social work? Oh, word. So, morality. Listen, keep an ear out for that, especially those of y'all who still be around churches and whatnot. Start listening for that morality word that start popping up, because they're going to start putting a new framing to morality. You understand what I'm saying? Morality, we used to think conservative and whatnot. They're going to start attacking morality straight up. So just how I see it coming, like, yeah, okay. So this is the next play. Watch out for this.
We say that unity is not uniformity. That we don't all have to get along in every way or believe in the same exact process. You will not catch me going back and forth online with people who look like me, who claim to be a part of this movement. Create Black Lives Matter profiles, and they used it to tell people not to show up at the polls at all. They used it against us. With all that we're dealing with, Black trans women being killed, we don't have time to fight one another. That is too much work for us, brothers and sisters. Unity, unity, unity.
And then she looks down and reads and making sure she's on script. I got to make sure I say these key words. Oh, man. See, y'all got to understand how this thing works, man. And that's why I'm glad that we have the new Black media, all of these insightful voices, all these insightful people, these scholars that have been reintroduced to a whole new generation. That's something else that's happening. By the way, look out for this coming Friday's broadcast. I have not set that up yet because, of course, I would do this and then I'll broadcast that. But we will be having once again another special guest once again. So you already know who's coming. You know, so the elder scholar that has been here before will be here Friday. So we will be having another conversation. And we have to address a lot of this because there's a lot of things that they're trying to shove on us. Okay, hopefully I'm here. All right, hopefully I'm here. All right, well, hopefully we're back. Yeah, you know how that goes. Guess it was a little too much. Right on time too, huh? You know, I'll be telling the doctor, I'm like, I have a person assigned to my channel. As small as my channel is, there is, like, I'm telling you, I have somebody consistently watching my channel nonstop. So here's another part of the agenda, because we're going to hit this too. Here's another part of the agenda. It's all about us, family. I mean, and it's basically what they're trying to do. I guess if you can't beat what we're doing, saddlebag it. So you have money to fund and jam. Like, no, they shouldn't delineate. No, man, shit. If they delineate, man, all of us is gonna be failing. I mean, I don't know what we gonna do. I mean, it's just gonna cause so much confusion. What is confusion in saying we ain't the same? We not of the same family. Where's the confusion? Well, I mean, the numbers, so you've been grifted. Well, it's in the trillions. Oh, like 17 point plus and upwards. You talking about that. Oh, you want the perpetual residuals from our suffering, while you very well may be the offspring of them, the homie. I mean, do you understand what kind of wicked, dark skinned, melanated, looking like you people you dealing with? Unfortunately, we got too many of our sentimental Negroes who refuse to acknowledge people like that exist. And if you feel like I'm talking to you right now, then I am. When you see a person is harming, I wouldn't let you. That's like telling me you want to bring a person with a bomb in their pocket in my car, and I just let him ride because you trust him. He got a grenade in his pocket. Yeah, well, I don't know him. So what he doing over here? Oh, well, I mean, he cool though, because I mean, shoot, he one of us, ain't he? I mean, I don't know him. But I mean, he black too, ain't he? I mean, ain't that the code? Just being black. Oh, yep, there's the guilt trip. Coupled in with something that you wouldn't normally do. How many of you have gotten swindled like that before? Man, if you just go do or made a wrong decision that you felt that wasn't the best decision after you made it. How many people have been around you with that attitude or energy? In your own personal experience, you could say, damn, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is the same energy on a big scale. So you always have to keep that in mind. So if you've been done like that, just think of it on a grand scheme. Okay, you dig it? Now, look at this proud baby murderer. I mean,
you're seeing is the right to abortion being squeezed by making doctors afraid to treat you, by making your family members afraid to help you, by making an Uber driver afraid to drive you, by saying that if you travel across state lines or get close to the border in the state of Idaho and you might have, mifepristone with you, that's a crime. And making, in the state of South Carolina, they're proposing potentially adding the death penalty. This is the Handmaid's Tale, as Lisa said. Women in this country are essentially being told you are an incubator. The state owns your body the minute that you are pregnant, and there's nothing you can do and no one you can turn to. I can't imagine anything closer to slavery than that.
Whoa. Notice the pivot to add women. And when we say women, what does that mean, family? White women. Joy Reid, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. How dare you? You're a damn tether to begin with. So the fact that you would disrespect our ancestors and then tell us that, because this is what this pivot is, you better pay attention. This ain't, I don't take this lightweight, take it aggressive. Because when you're saying women, I stress this on this broadcast. When they say women, that don't mean y'all. They'll say black women when they mean you. She didn't say black women. She said women. That's a play. That's a play to plug you into reparations. Of course, you're being a black woman would get Oops, did you get it? You being a black woman would get reparations, so you would get something that the white woman doesn't get. Sound familiar? It's happened before. And Joy Reid helping them do it because she's a damn tether and she don't have nothing coming anyway, so she don't give a damn. Again, for you Pan-Africanist, brain dead idiots that can't understand what the hell we talking about, we're trying to protect our future's interest, and you're trying to screw it up by toting some line for somebody you shouldn't trust. Cult-like personality. Tethers. Why creatures' comfort here in America means more than money under your feet in your homeland. What kind of fool? Money under their feet that they aren't willing, or the people. See, remember, you guys don't understand your culture. You guys don't understand your culture. Yeah, actually we do. Yes, we do. Specifically to my particular family name is the name of a lot of the architecture that you see in Venice. That's literally the name of the architecture. So when you say Whitmore, when you see those arches and shit like that, that's literally the type of architecture that is. Really. That's what it's called. If you look up Whitmore architecture, you'll see it. And there's a building in Detroit named, you'll see it. It's the Whitmore building. You'll see it's completely Moorish. That's why, there's not a Moorish science individual that is allowed to talk to me in public. Because my question was real clear to the sheik. I mean, it's one of your big guys, but I've just got a question. Hey, brother, I'm Whitmore. I just want to know what the tie to the Moore thing is, because again, being a Whitmore means that I'm tied to your first temple. I'm just curious of how all this transpired. I just got some questions. Yeah, dip. We got to go here. Come down to the temple, and they'll hand me a little card. Like, I'm not trying to hear this bullshit. I know you can answer me right here. You need to be ready to speak in season or out of season, wherever you are at. So if this is what you're pushing, brother, let me know what time it is. But, he was a little withdrawn and said, I don't think so. You got family in Ohio? Yes, I do. I certainly do, actually. Yes, I do. If you know anybody from Arkansas that's up in Ohio, then we probably can. Yeah, I got some family in Ohio. From I guess a little bit around Ohio now that you mention it. Yes, indeed. But mainly, we from out here. I mean, by way of the South. So I mean everybody's spread. But yeah. When you come out west is like country renegades. So we see things different. Like this is like rebel slave escape. For those that didn't end up in Florida, you had to come west. So that's how most of us ended up out here. We're the offspring of them rebels. The ones like after Reconstruction was like, yeah, we're not going back in that direction. So I mean, that's why, like, when we tell you things is different out here, like, it's absolutely different out here. Trust me. You know, they know they created a monster. All you got to do, tell us when to go. I mean, it ain't hard to see. I mean, it's like to the point to where you see all the white folks getting out there like, oh, let's get involved because they just want to just destroy something because that's our nature. But you know, destruction, set something on fire. Oh boy, they love that fire, don't they? Well, they love that fire, don't they? What is the devil? I'm kidding to some of the Whitmores there too. Oh, okay. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we you know, shoot, I got family on both my parents' sides out in Ohio. Actually, yes, I do. So yeah, no, there's I mean, because we're not really that. We are a big family, but we are when you find a Whitmore name, yeah, we're gonna be few and far between. The rest are on TV. So if they told you that they were related to certain people on TV, on certain programs, and then yes, then that would be the same. That would be the same family. Like, you know, it's like, you know, not being big, but man, one of those things that happen in this world. Boy, y'all got me talking on that tonight, don't you? They love that fire until they get sunburnt. The death chasers? Man, look at this gnarly burn, dude. Oh, man, like, man, it totally freaking hurt for a minute, dude. But, man, you know, dude, man, man, look at it, dude. Like, it's totally cool. Yeah, don't kid yourself. Hurt. Are you kidding? No, man. No. When they say I'm feeling suicidal, they talking about I'm feeling homicidal. So you got to just know what you're dealing with. When you deal with that, nah. Take a licking and keep on ticking. They'll put themselves down. That's why they be that. That's why they try to impersonate me out here. Like, well, he's an asshole. Because there's not many people that can really explain to you the psyche. And I might have to do one of them broadcasts. You know what? We're gonna do that. I'm gonna do a call in or have y'all come up and ask me questions. Ask questions about white folk. Ask questions about white supremacy. Now, what any personal like close like thinking questions. Like, well, what is this like? Or how should I act? Oh yeah. There's also something else I need you to see, because this is the midweek report. And like I said, all of this is connected. So there's a lot of money. So I keep stressing the fact that all of this money did not go to this Nigerian woman. We know that. But where is the rest of this money going?
Both of the police and the public is Digigo. The robot will be remotely controlled only by trained TARU, technical assistance and response unit officers, and be deployed to assist ESU, our emergency service unit, in hostage negotiations counterterrorism incidents and other situations last year. They've had positive success with it. And we believe that this digital
Hooey. Like I'm saying, there's money going into different areas of contingency, and so when I'm looking at this, all the people who are showing up, what are we really looking at? We're looking at a grand contingency plan of control. You know what I'm saying? The optics. The optics are insane. And again, what's up with the whole church angle? Like, we gonna get up here and start shouting. Oh yeah, and then your man's, as they call him, Big Bird. So, see, this is again. That's why I said from the jump, this is about reparations. This is about reparations. They're talking about guns, but it is legitimately about reparations. They're trying to make a pivot, and just like I said on my last broadcast, they're trying to make black folks the face of anti-gun. Because again, what happens when black folks get on board? Then all of a sudden you can get something passed, and you need the community to do that, and we're not doing that because that's not our agenda. Because at the end of the day, this is also a ploy to say, let's get away from that black folks Second Amendment talk. You understand what I'm saying? So instead of practicing your Second Amendment, we want you to get back into adopting the notion of, man, what you need a gun for? You understand what I'm saying? That's what's going on. And it's all against saying, because again, if a bunch of black folks have some money, why do you think all of a sudden there's urgency for gun laws? If all you foundational black Americans just got some money tomorrow, what's one of those little stops that you just might have to make before the sun goes down? Y'all seeing something happen? I hope y'all catching it. I told y'all this was all interconnected. And it's way more interconnected than you think. At the same time, what do you have with the trans? They're running up. There's a few. If you follow me on Twitter, I've posted at least 2 or 3 this week. Tweeted 2 or 3 this week. White trans getting their crimes foiled before they could to play them out because there's already enough attention there. So now they're getting up on it now. Mind you, the last 2 shootings, the police cams, the body cam footage of them being in a gun battle with an assailant came out lickety split. Showing you that, like I said in the first place, they were not going to let these dudes talk. So before the other people could let off any rounds on any target of theirs, they foiled their crime. So 3 foiled this week, while still 1 slipped through the cracks, obviously. So, but he is not a trans identifier. Now, yes, he did have the pronouns on his page. But that tells you something that's going on in that society. And the societal indictment is trying to be covered up by way of bootlicking, foot shuffling, buck dancing, boot licking Uncle Tom. And these are new ones. This is a new generation. And what is that? Like McDonald's? Bop, 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 bop. They loving it. Like an idiot. All against their folks. Well, obviously, truth be told, to do this, you don't feel a true camaraderie with your people. And then that dude right there, just look at his shirt. I mean, he looked like he wished he could have been a member of X Clan. Like, this is his time to shine. Like, finally, it's my time. I used to carry speakers for X Clan back in the day. Like, pay attention. So notice, like I'm saying, this whole guns push. And man, we got to get about these guns, man. We got to do something. Why now? It's reparations, family. Reparations is the reason. I hope y'all understand that. Reparations is the reason for all of that. Everything you seeing right now, all these theatrics, is all about interfering with our reparations. So, with, of course, the one brother you could say,
where's your family from?
But with everybody else that actually came out caping for him,
Shuffling and scratching and bootlicking and buck dancing.
because they refused to understand this.
The white man broke every law in the state and federal penal code system in order to establish every state in the United States.
Absolutely. Man, you know, I hold no hard feelings. And any time that the new black media proves itself against any detractor, y'all always gonna have to remember, and I not necessarily personally expect any apologies, but always remember.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Yeah. Reparation sabotage. Yes, indeed. And that's what they're attempting to do. They're attempting reparation sabotage because we are not seeing all of this. What you need guns for? I just don't understand. And, man, and generational wealth, y'all really need something like that? I just don't understand that. But what's going on there? We need no generational wealth. I mean, I'll be all good here. Without it, I don't need nothing. I don't need no peace. I don't need no happiness. I'm just glad that Donald Trump ain't in office. And it's a new world that we live in because Donald Trump isn't in office. Funny. Well, you would think Donald Trump is out of office, so everybody should support reparations because he was the reason for racism, right? Wasn't that the message they were sending? So what's the excuse with everybody else? And then all Democrats should be supporting reparations. All Democrats. Like, all Democrats support giving money to Ukraine. All Democrats are supporting this illegal invasion from these illegal criminals crossing our borders every day. Right? All of them should not have to have, then you need to get your candidate in. No. No. The ones who have the black base as the voter base, that's who needs to prove something. Not the people, but the politician who's supposed to represent the people, or their time with us will be short. See, now when people get more politically astute, understanding they need things for themselves versus having their politician come to them and say, you know what? We ain't really did shit for y'all and we ain't getting shit for us, but we need to do something and we need to petition. We need y'all signatures up on this to get this money over here to Ukraine now. And that's the type of stuff they do. Let's go to the black churches and drop these Ukraine stickers off. Now, Ukrainians are neo-Nazis and they hate niggas, but these niggas are stupid and don't do any international digging on their own. So let's just go ahead and give them these bumper stickers and let them look like fools because this is some good money from the white man that helping us do what we need to do, smoke screen these niggas and losing time. And I've seen it. I mean, I've seen it with my own eyes with the stack of these ignorant ass stickers. I stand with Ukraine. Yo, black ass needs to be whooped. Stand with Ukraine. They over there, nigga. I mean, what's so funny is that as soon as they actually, you know, you got those Nigerians over there realize real quick, oh, this is global. Yeah, stupid. Oh, you not the nigga, it's the nigga. Oh, stop it. No, you're Nigerian. Like you couldn't accept that you were you were being rejected because you were a Nigerian. You got to try to make that some black shit. Oh, because we niggas. No. You're a Nigerian. Maybe they have something against your country. But when you actually learn that they looked at Nigerians as less than dogs and this and that. Hey, all you Africans, truth be told, has America ever offered its black people an opportunity to leave its shores in grand mass? Hell no. So are we not still in the land of our captivity? And you got to go get a passport, which means permission to leave. So you got to go get you a slave pass on a grand scheme, but that's what that is. Let's just keep it apart. All this freedom talking, then let me roam freely without a passport. Let me go ahead and mosey my ass in between countries. Oh, no. This because it's This because of property in the place you want it to be in. And ain't nobody rushing to get no black folks up out of here. However, they are looking to make black folks perpetually poor. So a lot of people be up, man, they trying to kill us. Not quite. Where would they be without you? So you're missing the point. They ain't trying to kill you. They're trying to make you the most extreme level of dependent to where being on a plantation looks better than life. Again, you're up against history's largest devil. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Because that's real, true facts, what I just told you. Now, if you don't understand that this thing was all shaped out and tailor-made in Nashville, look at this.
Bill back, Nashville. So good to have you. It's good to be back. John Ray Clements.
Heidi Campbell, Nashville. It's nice to see you.
Caleb Emmer.
Charlotte Oliver, welcome to my district.
Oh, well, thank you for welcoming me. Thank you. Good to be with you.
Jeff Yarbrough from Nashville.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
Harold, thanks for being here. Tori Harris.
Hey, cousin.
Paul Mitchell, here in Nashville.
Good to be with you.
Good to see you.
How have you been? You good? It's good to be back.
Hey, Sam McKenzie, Knoxville.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
Ronnie Glenn, Montgomery County.
Good. Kamala Harris.
Antonio Parkinson's Oakland.
Is it?
That's right.
So there are three of us.
That's right. That's right. That's right. It's family. That's right.
Where were you born?
Providence Hospital.
Oh, so your family had money. I was born in
Oh.
Kansas.
Jason Powell, Nashville.
Good to be with you.
Hey, Karen Campbell, Memphis, Tennessee. Good to see you.
Of course. It's good to be okay. Come, let's come in, please. This is so fun.
So for people who thought that we were jumping the gun to say that, oh no, we not touching this, we see something off here, and you think that we were wrong, I hope y'all are watching this entire ready-made campaign. All we did was said, yeah, we gonna sit this one out. And this isn't even a vote. How much more worried are they now? Ratchet. Oh yeah, I was born in Kaiser. Hell, I was born in Kaiser too, like my grandma say. The Army Hospital. They sew your arm back on in a day and give you a Band-Aid over the scar. And send you out to doctor. Yeah, ladies, you do not want to have no, tell your daughters, you don't want to have no baby at Kaiser. I was born though. I was born at Kaiser too. Best Kaiser. On the hill. Let me see. Where's that at? Oh. Let me show you a little bit of this because actually, let me not do it. I don't even want to put it in there. Hold on, because I gotta. Shoot, this is my first broadcast this week. Yeah, we got a little bit of time. Let me get this in here because I had a little interaction with somebody today. Who is one of these right-wing, I get he's one of the right-wing pundit dudes. You know how they be having, so he's one of the Newsmax coons. You know, he's a Candace Owens dude. So, and I'm like, okay, he's not fit to speak for us, and they're presenting him. So again, when I say we already know, Neely Fuller says, you know, white supremacy takes both sides of the argument, and that they absolutely do. So with that being said, they will put their shields also on both sides of the argument. So without further ado, not that I can really remember this nigga's name, but he's saved from South Carolina, and his mama's from Brooklyn.
Benji, you
blah,
wrote
blah,
a
blah.
fantastic
Benji.
piece about this.
Benji.
Why do you think this won't happen?
Well, it comes down to the fact that the Democrats really have no real intention upon actually doing this. I mean, that's what my article is about. Just before we start, I'm a person that is what would be called FBA or ADOS, meaning that I'm a foundational Black American. I'm American descendant of slaves on both sides. My great-great-grandfather, Hampshire Brown, was a slave. So reparations were a thing. I be getting a check and be cashing said check. But reparations is not real. And this is.
And I'm just going to keep it real. I mean, I've dealt with I've dealt with the immigrant class enough to know the extent of lying that comes from these folks. I'm just keeping it a buck. And any immigrant to tell me that lying ain't in a part of some of them cultures and them tribes in these cultures, shit. I mean, they black gypsies, straight up. They on. I mean, and what's so crazy is when to call a foundational Black American a grifter, any black person making money in America is making money in America. Everybody else that came to America to make money off of what these black folks built are grifters. See, I'm very careful to be mindful of the respect factor of our ancestors who built this place. So I don't quick to give credit to ancestors I don't know. I would rather give the honor due to the respect to the people who had to suffer under this wicked beast. Maybe if more Pan-Africanists adopt that understanding, they would be more effective. But then again, you would have to actually start talking against white supremacy versus other black folks whose philosophy you don't agree with. Because that's the coward's way out. Our enemy is white supremacy. If you ain't ready to tackle that, even mentally, something else is meant for you. And maybe give up like this Negro here.
No disrespect to activists like Yvette Carnell, Antonio Moore, Tariq Nasheed, Michi X, Dr. Umar, any of those activists in the reparations space. But my article dismantles the legislative.
Whoa. Let's do that again.
Activists like Yvette Carnell, Antonio Moore, Tariq Nasheed, Michi X, Dr. Umar, any of
Michi X, is she a reparationist? As every time I hear that, that always strikes me as odd. Like the Polish woman? I can understand that Jewish reparations. I mean, that makes sense. Huh? I mean, I get. I don't know. From what I understand, like she doesn't talk much about the Jewish reparations things with her black followers, because her black followers don't seem to ever really talk about that part of her. But what's funny is they actually can tell you that Tariq Nasheed's mother is Jewish, or no, mother-in-law. That's right. But her never mind. Anyway, let's listen more of this guy. Don't want to listen to me.
Those activists in the reparations space. But my article dismantles the legislative narrative around reparations by asking 4 common sense questions. 1, why would Democrats, the party of the poor, want black people to be rich? If all black people were suddenly rich and the struggle policies of the Democrat Party no longer suit us, it'd be electoral suicide for them. That's why it would never happen.
Broken clock is right 2 times a day. And right there, he actually is he's hitting on something. He's actually hitting on the part that we're seeing and playing out in Nashville and all of these other little entities around it. You see what I'm saying? It's actually kind of interesting that he actually dropped that much. Let's see where he goes.
2, why didn't Democrats pass reparations when Obama and had the supermajorities in Congress to do it? Because, again, they never had any intention of passing reparations. They just used the promise of reparations as a wedge issue to keep black people voting for them.
No, because Obama never promised black people anything. So they never see this. So this is look out for this other tactic that's happening because they understand there's a new wave of voter block that's coming in. So they're very mindful of that. So they are jumping in the lane of all the people who may not know what the whole political landscape looked like in the mid early 2000s up to 2008 when Barack Obama got elected. So they might not have a handle on that. So you have people like this to start throwing these ideas out there. Like, don't miss that because they're using this Negro to do that little evil crap.
Right. 3, why didn't the Congressional Black Caucus hold up Nancy Pelosi's speakership for a vote on funding reparations, not just studying it, just the same way that Matt Gaetz and the 20 rebels held up Kevin McCarthy? Because again,
that's where you know that you got a rat. Sheila Jackson Lee wrote H.R. 40. That's her bill. She is abandoning post to go run for Houston's mayor. H.R. 40 is in the rear view. He doesn't mention Sheila Jackson Lee. He mentions Nancy Pelosi, which isn't she also leaving? Why didn't you stand up for her? Ooh. That's how you know this is not a party thing. Remember the donor list I keep showing you? I'm telling you, they spreading it around. It's not about party. It's about us. I just want to drill this in so freaking bad because this is a staunch right-wing coon. But he's strategically leaving certain people out that in this instance, shouldn't he be going hard at? This is the opportunity to kick dirt on certain people. Why didn't they support Nancy Pelosi? There's no dirt thrown on the white woman. Are you catching that? He did it real clean. So all the aggression comes towards our issue. And then, well, you know, the white woman, you know, Miss Bessie and Miss Ann, I just don't know. Why didn't y'all just come to, why didn't all those good white men over there on the Democratic side just come to Miss Ann's help? I don't know. I mean, so they clearly don't want it. So the white man said he didn't want it. Nobody want it. Y'all catching this? This is not a Democrat policy because this is ours. Reparations is our policy. This ain't no Democrat, ain't no Republican. This is ours, our ancestors, and our future generations. This ain't got nothing to do with no Democrats or no Republicans. You give us our reparations that this government owe regardless who's in charge. But pay attention.
Democrats have no real intention on enacting reparations. And number 4, how can Democrats be for reparations but be against school choice? If Democrats don't want to give black parents $30,000 a year from the government to send their kids to a private school or an Afrocentric school like Dr. Umar's school.
Dr. Umar doesn't have a school. So the reason why they're going to throw Dr. Umar in there is because he is so on an island by himself. There is nobody but his own fans to defend him. So the reason why they can keep invoking his name, he ain't got nothing to do with this. And by the way, brother, if you have not gotten the memo, Dr. Umar Johnson is against cash reparations, Mr. Man. So he hasn't even paid. when I say this is coming from white folks, I mean it's coming from white folks. He doesn't even know that Umar is out here talking against reparations while lumping him in the conversation of reparations. And I ain't trying to be funny. I mean, but he doesn't have a school. Come on, man. You could do the Dr. Umar school, huh? These are people who got footnotes. These are people who are white. They got the names. Read the Bible. They don't even know who these people are. They haven't watched these people. Tariq Nasheed and Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore. Don't nobody call him Antonio Moore. He don't even call himself. His Tone Talks is his channel, which he blocked me even on YouTube. Damn.
Michi X's Ziac schools, then what would make you think that that same government would give those same black parents $5 million? It's a scam.
Oh man, you threw the Michi X school under the bus too, huh? For those who are unaware, when the whole ozone thing first began, there was some buried hatchet moments around that. I mean, buried hatchets. And thank the Lord and the Most High that, people have picked up the mantle after that with Brother Afro Elite and JoJo and all the rest of the brothers and Tina Berry, because, when we first got onto that, and I was one of the first ones, and, like some of the names it was just mentioned, and we all kind of just, like I said, it was the bury the hatchet moment because it was about the Brother Ozone, and then something was going funny with the donations and all of that, and so a lot of us had to fall back from it. Unfortunately, the Brother Ozone situation was suffering because none of us knew. I mean, unfortunate, people take opportunities at the wrong time, and that was definitely one of them. And I'm glad that people are getting back on the ozone train because that brother does not deserve to be caught up in people on the streets bullshit. What is Michi going to teach the black children? How to cuss everybody out? But she can't talk now. Let me get wrong. Like she talk, but I mean, she kind of get on her. Alexis K. Tyler.
And it always has been a scam.
Fair point. So, John, I mean, Benji makes some really good points, but all these super wokies of San Francisco, wait, hold on a sec here. You're going to tax me $600,000 more to pay for this?
Well, so super wokies in San Francisco, they don't do that in public, at least. They say, oh, this is all great. But I will say, Benji's absolutely right. This is never going to happen. I know firsthand that there are lawyers lining up to sue if this actually passes. It's not going to happen. And again, you have the Democrat Party virtue signaling to the African-American community, offering something that they're never going to get. And
notice what they keep doing. Wokeness and Democrats. Hey, TJ in the house. Hey, since it's been a minute. Yeah, look at what they're doing. Wokeness and Democrats. Our reparations is not tied to a party, but tied to the land and our lineage. Face it. But they let this tether get up there.
I was in the Board of Supervisors chambers when they were taking public comment on this last week or the week before.
Did you hear that? He was in the room while Black Voltron and I don't know if brother didn't make it this last one, but I mean shit. He was probably there when Voltron was speaking. So he just mentioned that he sat in the last meeting. I can't paint this any clearer for y'all, family. I showed y'all the donors last week. I've showed y'all the people. I started with the article of with Jam today. That's a lot of money, family. That's a lot of money. Tia to you, he looks tethery for real. Tethery. I mean, like, dude, you not no foundational Black American. Stop it. Dark-skinned brother said Michi X isn't even FBA. Her mom is white and Michi X is no, sir. No, sir. Dark-skinned brother. No. Her mom is not white. Her dad is white. Straight Polish, dude. That's why I'm just so crazy. Like, it looks so crazy to me how I'm watching everybody just jump out the window like fools. It's like, but the one you sitting right up under has way more closer connection. Ask her about reparations. Shit, y'all friends, ain't you? God dog it. Yeah, ask her. Has her daddy ever got a chair? Now she got a plan for you though, huh? Might want to tell you that her family members are also pro-immigration, but hey, that you didn't hear that from me.
And it was embarrassing. I felt ashamed for them. You know, the other part of this too is that I think there's something there's something in the African American community that sort of hanging over them. We know what it is. They really are concerned about this issue. We should hear them out. I think the only way we get through this is if the echo chambers on both sides stop and we sit down and have a real conversation. And I think
familiar word. Wait a minute. When did echo chamber come into this conversation? Did you hear echo chamber before now? Did I miss something? I mean, I was listening pretty good here. He's saying echo chamber as if it was something as a topic of conversation. No, it's the first time that you interjected that into this conversation and discussion. So has this been a conversation offline that you're so still fixated on that it just popped out his mouth? Have a conversation with who? Echo chambers. So if anybody want to know what's been happening with Twitter Spaces, hope y'all paying attention. Echo chamber. But yeah, some of y'all have heard these phrases come out just within this week from other people. When you hearing that echo chamber line.
I think as the arguments against it filter through the African American community, it might help to mitigate the request, for this thing that's just simply never going to happen.
Yeah, but Benji, to my original point, like.
Now that's a problem. Let me just play that one again.
We should hear them out. I think the only way we get through this is if the echo chambers on both sides stop and we sit down and have a real conversation. And I think as the arguments against it filter through the African American community, it might help to mitigate the request, for this thing that's just simply never going to happen.
Yeah, but Benji, to my original point, like if reparations are getting paid for that, how come nobody's floating reparations for people who died fighting to end slavery?
Because at the end of the day, it's not about any of that. It's not about slavery or reparations or doing anything to make Black people better or whole. I mean,
how on earth do you take slavery and then a war? Because again, they keep trying. Damn, it's almost like I was literally, because I listen to a lot of old interviews and stuff from a lot of our old greats. And this literally, I was just listening to the Donahue, Dr. Khalid Muhammad the other day. And literally what this dude just did is exactly what Phil Donahue did to Dr. Khalid Muhammad to try to spin the conversation and shape it in a way. But he was doing it to Dr. Khalid Muhammad in the hands of a staunch, bona fide, boot-licking coon like this dude. Now you see how he's able to respond. Come on, Sambo.
Democrats really wanted some sort of reparations. They had plenty of chances to do it. And like I said on my article at my website, benjrb.com, or my Substack, this is not going anywhere. The whole point is to keep black people angry and upset. I always say over and over again, happy black people don't vote for Democrats.
Right.
Bernie Sanders said years ago, you have to you can never lose that sense of outrage. They want.
Uh-oh. That's the pivot. That's the pivot. That's it. Listen to a coon long enough, boy, he'll tell it all. So you're going to try to wear it down by making the resistance bipartisan. That's it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Boy, this boy talking, ain't he?
Died fighting to end slavery.
Because at the end of the day, it's not about any of that. It's not about slavery or reparations or doing anything to make black people better or whole. I mean, if the Democrats really wanted some sort of reparations, they had plenty of chances to do it. And like I said on my article at my website, benjrb.com, or my Substack, this is not going anywhere. The whole point is to keep black people angry and upset. I always say over and over again, happy black people don't vote for Democrats.
Right.
So angry. When we say no tangibles, no vote, that means we're angry. When we say reparations now, that means we're angry. When we want a anti-black hate crime bill, we're angry. So he's basically taking the black claim and then putting it in a state of emotionhood. Not to be confused with peoplehood, but he's putting it in the place of emotionhood and saying, well, man, we got to be angry because happy blacks don't vote Democrat. What?
Bernie Sanders said years ago, you can never lose that sense of outrage. They want black people to be upset all the time about things that are never going to happen. If the Democrats really wanted reparations for black people and really want black people to be whole, they could push something that actually could pass. They know that this is not going to pass. I tell people all the time, 2024, is John Tester going to vote for reparations? Is Joe Manchin going to vote for reparations? Absolutely not. This is not.
Why? Listen to all of this is. This is just like the white man that came into our space. Well, not enough of that because you know where it's going. He's just like the white man that came into our space. What he wants to do is sow the seed of doubt. But here's the one seed of truth that he did leave. He left this seed of truth, that right-wing white supremacist unit is 100% intact with the left-wing unit. So when you hear left-wing, right-wing thing, always remember, not one Democrat is responsible for the energy and wave of this reparations movement right now. So don't you dare give any credit to a god dogged Democrat. I can talk real crazy, but don't give no credit to no damn Democrat for the work the grassroots have done. This is a grassroots thing. This is why the world's moving. These old Negroes have been in power long enough. This isn't about HR 40. We're not talking HR 40. We're talking reparations. That's why they wanted to change the lingo and push it into HR 40, HR 40, HR 40, HR 40. We killed that too. Nah. This is about reparations. I think pigeons have made a nest on my neighbor's balcony. I'm hearing pigeons. And it's late. Why am I hearing pigeons? Man. Cult-like personality with the super chat again. Shout out to you. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you as always. How in the hell fleers are not experts on FBA history? Well, when you potentially might not have a birth certificate while still being under the age of 40, white supremacists and your minions is reaching 400 plus years resume. White supremacists do better. They're doing their best, but we always understand that Babylon must fall. And they're doing their best. But see, here's the thing. Our problem is people like this. And that's why I say let it fall. Let it fall. Because we got people like, we got they angry blacks. Democrats ain't got us angry because this is not a Democratic issue. So are you seeing how this is the right wing establishment trying to take the grassroots claim and frame it as in we're being led by the Democrats? And they know that's not true. They know it's the grassroots. How they know it's the grassroots and how we all know it's the grassroots is what happened why was everybody mad at Ice Cube? Everybody was mad at Ice Cube for meeting with Donald Trump about his plan for Black America, which was in an election year when the Democrats refused. So see, we're not gonna that's Ice Cube. You did it. If it was Joe Schmo, a lot of people would probably freaking forget. But you literally did that snub to Ice Cube. Mount Westmore Ice Cube? But you go talk to Cardi B. Nobody said nothing about that either. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. I mean, because he could talk to Cardi B and Charlemagne, radio personalities. Ice Cube's an icon, business owner, entrepreneur. No time for him, though. Let's give him Kamala on a Zoom call with a bunch of other entertainers that will expand their brands off of this interaction because Ice Cube is the draw. So at the same time, positioning the tailor-made plants like D.L. Hughley, Ricky Smiley, and Steve Harvey, and putting all of them right in prominent positions to where they can now start forcing out a message. Yeah. Good looking out Ice Cube for not falling for the trick bag. Because now we see all of them for who they are. Ricky Smiley done already let the cat out the bag. What'd he say? Man, we all Omegas. So I mean, shoot, we all frat. So I mean, yeah, we coordinate to push certain agendas. Ouch. So, family, just be clear. We are dealing with a ferocious beast, one that has existed for a while. And our whole existence on this land is with this beast. We have no business allowing any lying ass outsider, even though he say he want us, talking crazy like that to ever dissuade you from what you know is important and what you know is real. And at the end of the day, if a Democrat is talking about what they are talking about, that's cool. Always understand our agenda is black, and black is our agenda. There is nothing else outside of us. We are talking about what we need as a group. We are delineating as a group, and we are changing the world, and they are spending trillions to combat it. Why not spend trillions to make peace? Because in the real time, by fighting us, you will reveal yourself to the world as the great Satan and all of its little minions. So in the tradition of 1804, may you get that type of justice for all of you who decided it was more important to side with your enemies than to make sure your people stay liberated. And I mean, hey, yeah. Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? So I hope I gave a good breakdown of what I've been seeing in this, and I just wanted to show you the different connections, the theatrical chaos and the usual infiltrators, because we have usual infiltrators in this situation. And they are pushing a certain agenda, and they're spreading the money around to disrupt our claims, family. I mean, they spreading buku dollars. This ain't no lightweight mission here. You understand? Not a lightweight mission. That's a lot of money going around right there. I mean, one of the funds are literally called philanthropy. So with that being said, let me play this last little video before I get out of here. For those of y'all who will be here in town, y'all need to come on here and get you some of this. Come get you some of this. Yes, indeed. So shout out Miss Edith. So if y'all are here next Monday, this coming Monday rather, the 17th, we will be at Mississippi Studios. It is this is a show that Etta put together, which is about almost like a radio program. So we're doing songs in the form of like the radio experience of our generation. So she got me singing Johnny Gill's Fair Weather Friend. I'm singing Guy. I like. And the one that we will be closing out tonight with, and there's other singers, by the way, so it ain't just me. I'm just singing 3 songs. Make It a Night to Remember. So, Night to Remember by Shalimar. That's what we were doing last. So, yeah, we're going to have fun. Yes, share this with others. And share this with others. And we will definitely be growing. And by the way, you can join and get some of because I do put a lot of the musical stuff, like this video here is in the members section. So the video I just played is in the members section. And actually, yeah, I will be adding more too. Man, I'm just looking at the clarity of that. It's always good to know that you are a inspiration to others. That is always a good thing. So that one of the musicians, actually a couple in there, like these are touring musicians that fortunately are home right now. Shout out to everybody that's at the NAMM show right now, because this is kind of an off period for most working musicians that are touring. So shout out to all of y'all, and also happy birthday to Herbie Hancock. Nice man. I didn't realize he was as tall as he was. Not realize he was as tall as he was, but yes, happy birthday, Herbie Hancock. And yeah, yes, again. Yes, Shalimar. Yeah, we doing it up. It'll be fun though. Well, like I said, we're doing like the 90s, 80s, the music we grew up on, stuff that you would hear on the radio or the stuff that you would be playing, in the house. That if you had a house that was cleaning on Saturdays that wasn't playing gospel, then you definitely know Night to Remember. Barbara Banks, peace and blessings. Thank you so much for showing up here. Thank you. So yes, with that being said, I just wanted to reiterate the theatrical chaos and the usual infiltrators, because everybody had to show up. And the one thing that they, I guess, didn't expect is how we would withdraw from the situation. And because we withdrew from this situation so heavy, they have reinstated both them boys. One of them, they walking him down the aisle like, yes, wait, mommy, yeah, she got my. Have y'all seen? Oh, this crazy. I'm like, what are y'all doing? So it's a lot going on about this, and at the end of the day, it's all about us. Don't ever be fooled. All of you, all of this madness you see, you ain't never gonna get no rep. That means they gonna be paying reparations. Why would they need to be on there talking about something that ain't gonna happen? So keep it up. Applause to you. All you supporters of the grassroots, all you members of the grassroots, all members of and voices of New Black Media, contributors of New Black Media, and supporters of New Black Media, shout out to you, because this is what has them worried. We are literally proving J. Edgar Hoover right. Let's make that cross-dresser roll over in his grave. Shall we? With that being said, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at beatzillapdx. You can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to support this broadcast and you like and enjoy the commentary that you are getting here and this insightful information from a Black voice, Black first voice, a vigilant Black voice right here. You want to support this? You can, and you should. By way of CashApp, $beatzillapdx. That's Cash App, $beatzillapdx. We also have Cash App, and that is Zilla Music. That is ZILLAMUZAK at PayPal. And of course, we have we've seen the super chats. Thank you to Cult Like Personality came through with the super chats, and I think Dark Skin Brother, yes indeed. And so all of y'all, much appreciative, of course, and y'all my members at that. So y'all get the extra music and stuff. So we got to, I'm as I see y'all building, I'm gonna start doing lives, because I think I'm close to 10. Once I hit 10 members, I will start doing members only exclusive lives. So that'll just be for my members. And so we'll get to popping on that. But I said once we get to 10 members, yeah, I'm gonna start moving into those lives. And again, that being the members, I'm going to give the members more interactive, I guess, input to how we navigate those ways. So again, you can like and subscribe to this channel. You can also join to this channel, like I just spoke on. And if nothing else, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and say, well, hey, I was here. I caught the video. I caught the broadcast. Because if you're here right now, then you've been here for over 3 hours. And this has probably been my longest broadcast this year thus far. But it was my only broadcast this week thus far. So I just felt like, let's get it in. So with that being said, much appreciative to y'all. Thank you to everybody who has also been supporting the Certified Truth Twitter Spaces. Much appreciative to all of y'all. Shout out to my brother Black Alpha Network, Queen Alpha, and all of my other brothers in the Vanguard. Be on the lookout for New Black Media Summer. So we have to leave Twitter Spaces for a little bit. But be right here and bring your friends, bring your family, because we are going to be making a new move. We are moving into another political season. So we are moving into the vigilant space of making sure we give you the most accurate, on-time information to keep you abreast and informed. So shout out to all the voices of the New Black Media. Shout out to all the supporters of the New Black Media. Happy New Black Media Appreciation Month. And with that being said, look out for our next video and uploads. We will be here Friday night, of course, for the weekly wrap-up. And also coming soon, we will be announcing the weekly wrap-up also this week. Of course, we have a special guest who we've already had before, the good Dr. Randy Short. So make sure you tune in here Friday. We will be having a conversation with Dr. Randy Short. Once again, getting into the conversation. So, and then also in a week or so, be on the lookout because I'm trying to set that up now. But I will be hitting up my brothers because we are going to have to do a New Black Media mashup for I guess this would be the second annual. So I started it last year, and it is time for us to get back to the origin and the beginning of what we've been doing here at the Vanguard. So, man, again, shout out to all y'all. So shout out to you who have supported all of us. So myself, beatzillapdx, Black Alpha Network, Afro Elite, Kid Gravity Beyond, and our brother Torian Rain Reloaded. Shout out to Brother Sage and Brother Dwan B. Y'all stay tuned to what we have in store. And with that being said, Stay black. Stay vigilant. And you better stay alive. Black first. Black first. Black first. Shalom, man.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.